Hi, I'm Candy and I'd like to talk to you today about laundry for Plastic Free Lent. There are various options for going plastic free with your laundry and they all have pros and cons, so you need to weigh them up and make your own decision. I thought I'd start with the weirdest one. My daughter says this is how she knows I've reached peak hippie. This is a soap nut. So it's a little sticky thing that's related to a lychee and it's completely natural, it's untreated. And it comes in a canvas bag. Unfortunately, the canvas bag has a plastic bag inside it, but I guess we can't have everything. And what you do with them is you take 5 or 6 of these little soap nuts and you pop them into a little baby canvas bag that comes with the big bag, and then you just sling that in the wash. And they work like magic. When you put them in water, they lather up and they're all soapy. I don't know if you can see that there. So the pros of those are they are totally natural. Very, very good for the environment. You can use them 3 or 4 times in the little bag, and then once they're used up, you're left with just the empty shell, which can go in the compost. So there's zero waste. The cons of these are that A, they don't really work brilliantly. All of my clothes are black, so they tend to come up fine. But if you've got lights and whites and things with lots of stains on, they're not going to come up perfectly clean. So these are very good for if you've got a load that's not too dirty. You can enhance them by adding a little splash of vinegar as well. That helps with the stain removal. The other thing about them is that they work better at higher temperatures. But of course, higher temperatures are worse for the environment. It needs to be at least 30 for them to work. But there is a workaround for that, which is that if you pop them in the bag and then soak them in a jug of hot water for about 3 minutes before you put the bag into the laundry, then that can help to activate them. I would also like to talk about, let's have the laundry liquid. So this is obviously in a plastic bottle. This is Bio-D. It's a British brand. I don't know if they have this in other countries, but I'm sure there will be an equivalent wherever you are. And it is made from 100% recycled material. So it's already recycled plastic. It is still plastic, but the way that you can work around that is that you can get this refilled. So if you find a health food store or similar where they do refill these, then you can just take the empty bottle in, so then you're not using a new bottle each time. In Brighton they do it at Infinity Foods. The disadvantage obviously is that there is still a plastic bottle happening in the first place, and also it may be some distance or quite inconvenient for you to go somewhere to get it refilled. But this stuff is mostly natural, it's not that bad for the environment, and it is obviously quite convenient. I would also like to talk about regular soap powder. So this kind of thing, but as a powder in a box, which is how all laundry detergent would have been originally. And then obviously someone invented dissolving it in water for us already and selling it to us in a plastic bottle. So regular powder in a cardboard box is obviously plastic free. It's something that's easy to get hold of. It's in the supermarket. It's reasonably priced. So it's got quite a lot going for it. Plus generally it does work quite well. The con for powder is to do with microfibers. Every time you wash a load of synthetic clothes, tiny little plastic microfibers come off them, thousands of them. They go down the drain, they're not taken out by processing, they go straight out to sea, where they're eaten by sea creatures and fish, and they enter into the food chain, and eventually we're eating them. So they are caused by abrasion during the wash, and powder is more abrasive than a liquid. So if you are using a powder, you will generate more microfibers from your load. So although it is plastic free in the first place by coming from a cardboard box, it is putting more plastic into the sea than if you were using a liquid. But you can go some way to counteract that by dissolving the powder first in some water before you pour it in. And the last thing I would like to show you is soap flakes. So here they are. They've always got really miserable packaging. There's never any like nice attractive packaging on these. They're always totally dire and they can be quite hard to find, but you can usually get them in like a chemist or the supermarket if you look hard enough. So soap flakes are just exactly what it says on the box. They're ground up soap. There we are. And these have got all sorts of different applications, but you can use them for laundry. I do have a cautionary tale though. If you're going to be using those in a washing machine, you need to dissolve them first. So you need to pour it into some water and give it a stir up until those flakes are completely gone before you put it in the machine. Because the first time I used soap flakes, I was living in an apartment above a shop, and I poured them straight into the drawer of the machine, and it clogged up all the pipes, and water came spewing out of the machine and through the floor and into the shop downstairs. And they weren't very amused. So do make sure that that is dissolved before you use it, so as not to cause any flooding incidents. I think that is everything that I wanted to say about laundry. If you would like to see more videos of me chatting about plastic-free stuff, you can support me on Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/CandyMedusa. And thank you for watching.